Hello folks, here we have a water drop test of Diatramentis' Moss Green ink. Not actually a huge fan of this ink. You can see it well enough in this video, I think, and in the pictures on the blog, inkdependence.com. There's a plug, self-plug. But on regular paper, notebook style, office style paper, copy paper, that kind of jazz, it just kind of bleeds through, but it bleeds through in a real pale green sort of way. It's really not dark enough to read easily, I think. I'm just not a big fan of it. It really looks like, as I say here, a really weak green tea. And this paper looks pretty good, so if you have good paper, go for it. But this is not an ink for general use, I don't think. It's nowhere near as good as the Online Green that we talked about recently, or Cactus Eel, or any of these other greens. I actually meant to put Cactus Eel in this comparison, but I suppose I must have already washed it out, or left a pin somewhere or something else. It's weird. But anyway, it's too pale. It's not for me. In fact, the other ink on here, Rome Burning, also not for me. Not a fan of that ink. It looks good when it's dried, it turns out, but man, when you're writing with it, it just looks gross. But more on that when I talk about the Rome Burning review. So here's a little swab of it. Well, a knife smear really is what that is. And you can see that it pooled pretty hard. And actually it didn't bleed through, I don't think, but this is Rhodia, so you don't expect it to. I've only really had one ink bleed through, and that was Private Reserve's Invincible Black. That stuff bleeds through like crazy. So, here we go, let's try a water test. I imagine this will disappear from the page entirely, but you never know, that's why I do these. So, there we go, we got a nice big blob. It might just be so pale that I can't tell that it's coming off, or maybe I'm just a bit biased because I didn't like this ink very much at all, but let's see, here we go. Oh good, no, it did come off, just as expected. Left a bit of a pale green smear on my paper towel here, but didn't leave much on the page. So, there you are. That's Diatramentis' Moss Green. Might have some application, but it's not for me. And this is actually on a medium nib, is what this looks like. So, not great. Not great.